Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live and Let's Dice Alive here on a Monday morning. There we go. I've actually managed to get the webcam working so far, and at a significant delay still. For some reason, it doesn't like being plugged into this laptop. But hello, everyone, and welcome to Live and Let's Dice Live. My name is Jules Gill, and I am here for hopefully what will be a fantastic stream. And I know that it will be because of the fact that I will be painting up some Warhammer. And I'm chilling out with you guys here in a bonus-style stream on a Monday afternoon. Now, usually I obviously stream on the Wednesdays, but because I was off last week, I was off just visiting family and friends, which was fantastic. I figured that I'll give you a bonus one this time around, and also for the fact that Beanie and I have worked through the back catalogue of Live and Let's Dice videos, and he was like, I can't do a stream today, so I was like, cool, why don't you do this then? We have recorded one, another Escape the Dark Last of Us edition that's going to be coming out next Monday, and I'm just going to say this. It went as well as this face will tell you it did. Yeah, so look forward to that. Probably the worst dice rolls that you've probably ever seen on the channel. Continuously for about half an hour. It is good times indeed. And hello to everyone who's joining here. Hope that you're well. Hello, Francois, sorry. Not Francis. Francois. Put a little bit of extra stank on that one for you. Hey, Super Armstrong, how's it going, my friend? And Joey, hello, how's it going? Now, the thing is that I'm very much in the mood for doing painting at the moment because I've never been more jazzed about Warhammer than I have been of recent, and that's because of the fact that it's been one of those things where when you've got a lot of Warhammer coming in and you're playing every single week, you get kind of like burnt out on the whole subject of it, and you never really know where to sort of paint because there's always models that need painting. There's always stuff that needs to be taken out of that grey pile over there. I look over there, there's like another box of it. But because the GW have been doing something quite interesting recently, where they've been putting out a free detachment for every single faction every day of December, and apparently there's going to be a bonus that's happening on December 25th as well. So that sounds brilliant. And for the first time then, I've been like jazzed about playing armies that I haven't played in a while. I've been like looking at my painting things and being like, oh, maybe I need this unit now to supplement that. And that's been nice because now it's like, instead of feeling like I've got so much pressure to paint but not really knowing which way to go, I've got clear models that I need to paint in order to get certain things off the table. And the Orc one that they released yesterday, no, day before yesterday, is just exactly what the type of thing I want to paint. I want to get more crazy, weird themed units onto the table, and I want it to be swingy and silly, and this detachment, which allows you to issue orders to your troops in a style that's similar to how the Astra Militarum or the Imperial Guard play. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm very, very keen for that. But we're going to have a nice chill. We've got some good music on. We're going to have a nice catch-up. It will be lovely and relaxed. First, let me show you what we're painting and what I've been painting recently in order to get a bit of a warm-up going. Okay, so we're going to switch over to, hopefully the webcam will work. Is it live? Oh, it is! Oh, I love doing that. Now, you may remember the last time that we did a painting stream together. And by the way, hi Nerdy, good to see you. Hope that work is going well. Last time that we were painting on the channel, we were doing stuff like this. We were focusing on Nurgle's Garden of Love scheme that we were doing, which is an incredibly filthy, horrible looking paint scheme, which involves tons and tons of dry brushing, tons of use of texture paints in order to create uneven and horribly dirty surfaces. Basically just making sure that these guys look like they've just come straight out of a swamp. Now this is one of the models that we were painting last time that I finished off in my spare time, so I've added in like more slime for the tentacles, more sort of rust on the blades and metals over here. And like I say, this ain't going to be my Golden Demon award-winning army right here, but it allows me to get boys on the table quickly. So I finished off 10 of these Plague Marines over here, and then I finished off, easy now, sleeves, finished off these guys here, which are Death Shroud Terminators. I'd actually done like a fair amount of them before. These were like my test models for the entire scheme in the first place, but now they've just had more colourful shrubbery added onto the top, which complements the very bright lichen that's around them there. And I've just basically just added in a few lines here and there for the cloths and textures to just make it pop a little bit. on that one there, and also done the bases. So finished off at 6 of these bad boys over here. And again, it's mainly done so that my opponent can look at them from a distance. Hopefully the camera will refocus. Oh, the one time that I don't need you to focus up close, you decided that you don't want to. Fine. Well, let's show what we're going to be painting today then. We're going to be painting the boss knob. We've done a few bits of him with a slap chop, but we're going to finish off what we can. We're going to focus mainly on him because my test model, what we're doing, my thank you very much, Kriegman. My test model for this scheme. Oh, there we go. Now it's gone back down the 2 seconds. I'll show you where it is. So, just focus down here, you goose. I just want my opponent to be able to see what they are from a distance, because I know that it's quite like a sludgy paint scheme. So I want them to be able to look down at it and be like, okay, cool, I can tell that that is a Death Shroud, like that is a Plague Marine right there. And I've done all the Death Shrouds with having shrubbery right on the back where the plumes should be flowing out of their little backpack. So that's quite a nice little thing for me. Right, so this is what we're going to be painting today, is the boss knob from the new Wreckers and Tankbusters Kill Team box set, Cunning and Brutal. GW were kind enough to send me over an advanced copy of that. I didn't get around to actually getting much of them painted or done because of the fact that I was away last week, but I did my best, got them all made. I have slap chopped a lot of them, but what we're going to do here is do slap chop plus. So we're going to take a base coating of all the slap chop, and we're going to add highlights and base colors over it to basically treat the contrast as a base. So it's going to be saves you a ton of time getting in there, build some natural shadows that you can then just pick out with the actual big boy paints afterwards. Decided to build this guy with the double rockets because I feel like in a game which is all about dice rolls, his 2 rockets allow him to re-roll all of his shots. So I was like, yeah, that seems like something I'd need to do, because I don't know if you've seen my dice rolls recently, they are abysmal. So that's the one we're going to focus on and paint, and we're hopefully going to mirror a paint style that I've done with my test model, which is this boy here, who's still not finished yet. But what we're doing is we're painting them with black armor, and we're giving them a lovely flame motif, Guy Fieri style, like a real luminous fire that we can then have on certain aspects of the armor to make them look like they are big burner boys right here, that they should not be messed with. I'm going to keep most of the armor black on the boys here. I will go around and edge highlight it and tidy up a few of the bits where the contrast is worn a bit thin, but for the most part keeping it black, doing the flame motif, and then regular orc colours really. Brown trousers, black boots, dirty iron for the steel toe caps, and then I'm just going to muck it all up with tons and tons of like Agrax Earthshade and washes to go down there. That's the plan for these guys here. Skin's going to take a long time to build up because Uruk Flesh, which is what I use, is a very wishy-washy paint to begin with. It requires multiple layers to get anything on, and because you're doing it over the contrast, you've got to be even thinner to start building up that gradient. So I won't lie to you, friends, a lot of this stream may well be me just sorting out matey boy's skin over here, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Now, the reason that I don't just go and leave it at the contrast stage is just because, if you can see here, I know that the light is kind of washing it out a little bit. The skin is too olive, and I know I could do like a Beal Tan wash over the top to bring it down to a darker green, but weirdly enough, it's at the right gradient for me to use Auric Flesh to really pop out the bits over here. It makes more sense than going up, down, up, if that makes sense. Right then, so we've got our model. I will bore you with doing the metallics at some point, but for now, I think that we're going to focus on his tabard, that we're going to paint a lovely little flame icon in black in there, because he's going to be the one that's kind of like an inverted colour scheme to the rest of the boys to show that he's the boss knob. And we may, I don't know, I was going to put this to the audience here, if it's going to focus, if you'll focus. Right, on this armour pad, this shoulder pad that he's got here, I'm not sure whether to try and do flames coming across the side here. The only problem is that these 2 bits of metal that form the sort of like teeth marks, those 2 bits there, feels like they would break up the image too much. So I don't know if it's worth doing that. It's an experiment and find out sort of thing. But until then, and I can't really do it on the other side either because this big metal hunk is blocking me from doing flames there. So really my only other options are to do flames on the tabard there and maybe do flames on his knee pad, but then they will be different colours. So again, it's all just conflicting messaging there. But still, what we're going to do first off is, unfortunately, the boring stage, which is we're going to use Uruk Flesh, and we are going to be slowly building up his Orky Boy flesh. So it is a supremely watered down Uruk Flesh that we've got on here. Sorry, I didn't mean to jingle jangle the camera. Hope that everyone is getting ready for Christmas as well. Hope you've done all your Christmas shopping. See, the Contrast Plus method means that you can go over those areas that were... when you dry brush a lot of stuff, you can sometimes, if you're not as skilled, you can end up with a lot of like bobbly style effect on the model, and I get that all the time. It's because you're not letting the paint dry enough, and what you're doing is you're then putting the brush back over it before it's dried fully, and it's pulling and balling up the paint. And if you just left it there and just did a coat over the top of it, then you'll start to notice it more and more and more. But if you then get a base coat paint and just run it over those areas again, you can start bringing it back down, and those gradients aren't as noticeable. But the best part is that because this is a very thin down base paint, it means I can go over those and start building up the natural gradients that the dry brushing allowed us to do. So yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun and games, man. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, Rob? How's it going, Janko? Good to see you both. Good to see you. Ooh, the last presents to arrive. My sister got in touch with me in blooming mid-November, and she was just like, right, okay, I'm buying your presents today, so tell me what you want or you're getting nothing. I was like, right, okay. And I salute her commitment. Then again, she's got 2 kids, so it's a case of like, she's got to get it done, because as soon as they're off for the Christmas holidays, she ain't getting nothing done. It's really sweet as well, because we got to see Kerry's niece and nephew. They came down on Saturday, and it was great seeing them. But they were just immediately, as soon as there was a whiff of presents in the air, it's like, so we can open one of them now, right? We can open one of the presents now, right? And bless Lucy, she's like a bit younger. She probably didn't envisage the present that we would actually let her open that day was a giant rubber snake head. Just what every young kid wants, right? And it was like a case of we polled the parents and we're just like, right, do you think that she'll like this? And they were like, don't know. Like, who in their right mind would want a giant rubber snake head? Turns out that Lucy did. It was her favourite toy of the day. Just had it on, talking to him, took it to the dinner table, feeding it. We called it Curry Snake because of the fact that it was eating curry. And I miss that aspect of being a kid, you know, where it's just like, you just make do, you just play with whatever, man. And the other one got to show me how good he was on Fortnite, and my god, he's played a lot of that game. To my chagrin or a boast, I don't even know what it is at this point. I have, hand on heart, never played a full match of Fortnite. I think that we did it for a stream once at What Culture. I don't even think I took part in that. It's just one of those things where I saw how everyone was raving about it for absolutely ages, and I just never got it. I just never clicked with it, and I genuinely think it's because it's just too fast for me. It's too fast paced, and now I just see loads of old head gamers like me just looking at it, just going like, oh man, I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. I logged in, I walked around for like 5 minutes, and then bloody Dr. Doom came over and obliterated me and started dancing on my corpse, and I was just like, yep. Yep. It is indeed, my friend Jenko. This is the one of the Wrecker Boy or Tankbusta, because you can build either or from the box. I will say this: I absolutely love the kill team in terms of their models, and it's great to see the Tankbusters get a cool refresh. But like, honest to God, man, or like swear on Mork and all Gork's life, these guys suck. These guys absolutely stinky poo-poo pancakes in the actual game, because they are an elite kill team with only 6 operatives. I mean, you do get 2 bomb squigs, but let's face it, they die turn 1 to most fire anyway. And they only have AP 2, so getting them up the board is a tough job. And even though people are like, oh well, if you shoot with them or fight with them, they get an extra AP. Yeah, problem is the wording on that at the moment is that at the beginning of your step, when you declare what actions they're going to take, apparently you can't say like the AP is going to be used there and then. So just by saying, oh, he's going to move up, he's going to shoot, and then he's going to, or he's going to move, dash, and then shoot. You couldn't do that because he hasn't done a shoot action in order to generate the 3rd AP. But you need that 3rd AP to get you within range to shoot. So in the end, if you go up against a kill team that is highly maneuverable, which just happens to come in the same box as them in the form of the Ratlings, they are going to really struggle in like open terrain maps. On the bloody Gallodark version though of Kill Team, they're going to absolutely kick ass. They'll be probably one of the best, just because they can destroy walls. They've got tons of armor. Every single guy is carrying a blast weapon, which in that means that people take like crits on a 5. It's just like, yeah, they'll do okay in confined spaces, but in the open they're going to get absolutely rumbled. Because it's not even like you can just chuck him into a one-on-one fight and just be like, oh yeah, sick, you'll beat them in a fight because you're well-armed. It's like, yeah, they may beat one of them in a fight, but then they're just left standing there waiting for everyone else to pick them off. And like I say, you've only got elite numbers, so that means that you're just going to be like, oh, sick, oh, I love that, I love being shot by everything, and then having one of my guys die, and that means percentage-wise a lot more to my team than it would do for losing one of yours. But hey, I am not going to complain, because GW sent this over for free, and also I love orcs in all of their glory, and I will be running this model and his mates in the new detachment that dropped day before yesterday, because hot diggity daffodil, that is a good detachment. For those not in the know, you can when you're at the end of your movement, no, is it the end of your movement phase? Beginning of your command phase, sorry, or when the unit has been set up in your movement phase, so if it's coming down from deep strike or if it's getting out of truck or something like that, your war boss, mech, or boss snickrot, excuse me, can issue them an order or 2 orders, but they have to take a leadership test, and if they fail, they take D3 wounds. Now the orders are: re-roll all charges, which is great for orcs. Add 1 to their strength characteristic of their weapon, which is fantastic if the war's already left you, but you still need to get extra strength to go against higher toughness. One of them is to give all of the models in the unit the stealth keyword, which means that they're a -1 to hit at ranged, and gives them the benefit of cover, which means that most orcs will then be -1 to hit, saving on 4s sometimes, which is nice. So yeah. And the final one is +1 to hit for all ranged weapons on mounted and infantry models, excluding Mega Knobs. But I was just thinking, like, right, okay, well, you chuck a war boss on a war bike, which I know he's in Legends, but you would, in casual games, you can run him anyway. Stick him on there, or a Deathkiller war trike with them. You race them up the board with their auto advance of 6 in the turn of the war, so they can advance and charge. You issue them the order of reroll charges. You go for a risky one and issue the second order of being able to hit with a +1 with their ranged weapons. Get within 9 inches of the opponent, unleash your twin dagger guns, which are re-rolling wounds, hitting on 4s, and then they are -1 because you're within 9 inches of the opponent, likely, and then you charge in and finish them off with your re-roll of your charges. It is delightful. And they also will benefit from the +1 to hit in melee because of the war boss. I was planning a list against Beanie, and I showed it to him, and he was just like, oh man, this might actually be the stinkiest list you've made in a while. Because with the right concoction, and because of an oversight, a horrendous oversight by GW on keywords, it just says there's an enhancement you can get, which is allows you to add a war boss to a commandos unit and have them lead it. Now they clearly meant for this to be the war boss of just like a regular war boss model. But the problem is they just said the war boss keyword, or something that has the war boss keyword in. And that happens to include the bloody beast boss on Squigosaur, which means that in theory you can, until it's FAQ'd, attach a beast boss on Squigosaur to a commando unit, use their infiltrate ability to deploy 9 inches away from enemy units at the start of the game, pray that you get first turn, and just charge straight on in there, and the opponent can't even fire Overwatch against them because they can't fire Overwatch against the commando unit. So it's basically like, okay, so that's one heavy hitter. Then you do the auto advance with the war boss and the war bike, like I was just saying. And then you'd also take Boss Snickrot with his own group of commandos and have him stay right at the back, and then use his once per game ability on turn 1, or whenever you call the war, to pick up that unit and deploy them again at 9 inches away from enemy units. So all of a sudden, turn 1, let's just say that you've got turn 1, you then have 3 big brick-like units that are sitting on your opponent's doorstep that can charge in turn 1 and do absolute carnage, even if you're charging in against units that might absolutely duff up your boys. You've tied up pretty much their entire force for a full turn, allowing all your other boys to get into position to score and do other stuff. Or, if you're just an alt player like myself, you don't even care about that, and you're just going for the scrap anyway, because it's fun. Just funny. Just funny. He's a funny guy. Real fun. So I was saying to Beanie that all of the things that I've just detailed there, they amount to a cool 400... Oh yeah, and there's another one you can do as well. You can take Ulthuk Blackhawk, who is a Legends Orc War Boss model. He has the ability to give any unit these with Deep Strike. You pop a unit of 10 knobs with him, and you drop them down as well, and then do all the rerolls of charge. And all of a sudden, you're looking at 4 units, 4 big brick units that just right in your opponent's face. And I said to Beanie, I can do all of this for under 500 points. And he was just like, right, well, bring that 500 point list and absolutely decimate me, because, yeah, admittedly, you've got to make a few 9-inch charges, and you know, they obviously do not always come off, but a free reroll for all of them is pretty good. I'll take that. So yeah, I'll definitely try and fudge those numbers. Just thought it was mega funny that thanks to that one oversight, GW have potentially given me a hilariously smelly list for small games, and I won't lie, if it does well and it doesn't get FAQ'd soon, I'll probably be taking a version of that list up to King of the North, the Warhammer tournament that Beanie and I go to, because it's potentially going to be the last one that we go to for a while, just because we want to try out a few different ones. So I figure I better go there and at least try and bloody win, right? Aw, thanks, Nico. I appreciate that. What were we saying here? Do you want to know words on the... I'm sorry, Robin M. I know that I've basically just gone off on like a 10-minute tangent there. If you don't understand Warhammer, that's going to make zero sense. But all you need to know is, rules be good for my faction likely won't have many friends left playing it. Very potentially fun for me, unfun for my opponent list. And hey, we all got to try one of them out every once in a while. That's where I'm at the end of the day. You gotta do it. You gotta pull the trigger. As I said to Beanie, it's like, because we play every single week, we don't really care about the wins and losses at all. So it doesn't mean anything for us when the other person has a really, really overpowered list, because it's only a matter of time before somebody else gets their turn. So if you were playing only once a month, then yeah, showing up to your local gaming store and getting absolutely curb stomped, probably not going to be fun, and may put you off even wanting to play either with that person or against that army. But because we play all the time, and because we're very good friends about it, so it doesn't really matter if we don't really get salty about it all. It's just a case of like, right, well, yeah, you absolutely decimated me this week, but I'll be back next week and I'll try again. I'll get you next time, Inspector Gadget. Well, that's the thing, Chris. I don't know. Do I then double down on the... Do I still stick with my original plan of taking the Death Guard? Because their detachment was also really good and happens to benefit exactly the models that I painted up. It's all to do with infantry. Oh, I don't know. And Mortarian got a big beefy glow up because he got Deep Strike added to as one of his keywords, which means that he can deploy anywhere on the table from turn 2 onwards as long as it's 9 inches away from enemy opponents. And it's just like, oh, well, hello there, you big sausage. Where have you been hanging about, you naughty little Savloy? Right, that is the base coat of his skin done. Because maybe there's one more bit on his underside of his bicep there. We'll let that dry off, and then we'll come back to it, and we'll start adding some highlights in. But for the most part, you've still got the nice shadows in his neckline. Just going to zoom in. Nice little gradient in his neckline there, which is very nice to look at. You can see all of his muscles quite well. Probably just needs a bit more on the back of the head. Probably needs to be a bit of diagonal weather. I mean, I feel like this bit, because of the back muscle there, is quite a large hunk of muscle. Probably all needs to do one more coat on that bit around there because it's pooling and dragging a bit, and I don't want to do no more to him. Yeah. Right, okay. Paint that orc, says Lawson. I will. Oh, you bet. You threaten me, or Lawson? Oh, I will. I'll show you. I'll paint him up real good, just to spite you. But that's what I'm aiming for towards the end. I want the Guy Fieri flames. That's what we're getting him to. So we can sit alongside his boss mate. But we're going to do black flames on this bit of the tabard. And then just tidy up everything else, really. And I'll just... I don't want to do the metallics. I hate doing metallics on stream. They are just the least fun thing to do. Because it's just... They take a long time. And you'll just be like, oh, yeah, cool. Love seeing Jules paint Lead Belcher for 1 billion years. So I may let's do the flames. So first off, we need to tidy up the tabard to make that look nice. We're going to go in with some... Let's have a quick look at this. This wee jobby over here. Right, okay. Well, you're not just a resident. I thought you were the mayor. I thought. What did I vote for the other week in the Flavortown political rallies? What was I voting for? Okay, right. Is this the right journal call? Yeah, just go for a minute. Just get it nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Because again, we'll do a wash over this. How was your work day, Lawson? Now that you are in the land of the living and not having to do the graveyard night shift. Also, Lawson's been showing us some paintings that he's done recently for his Night Lords, and oh man, they look good. If I wasn't actually at max capacity, Maxwell capacity, I would consider a Night Lord's army because they are just uber cool. And after Lawson showed us this like fairly like simple technique to get the blues on them done, I was a bit like, oh, actually, you know what? They don't seem as hard or as daunting, you know? Because having to paint lightning, whew. Oh, benevolent dictator. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So I remember that the people who didn't vote for you were dragged aside down alleyways, and I did hear the pitter patter of gunfire as I was leaving Flavortown. Are you still finding it hard to like convert over? Because I've never done night shift stuff before. I did some like late shift when I used to work in the good old Burger King. That was fun times. But yeah, I never had to do like the 2 AM shift. I'm just drawing some little scratches on our boys panel over here. Who Vicar? Keep the nice sort of like almost blood red bit in the middle. Then we can go over them again with a lighter red, and those panels are pretty much done. Still maintain that Flesh Terror Red is the absolute OG King of Kings when it comes to contrast paint, because hot dog on a Sunday sandwich, that is a decent red that you get. Yeah, how do you sleep in the day when it's like bright and then ew. Yes, you do have the How to Paint Lightning short, and that is pretty much 90% of the battle. Well, that and not being horrifically disgusted at the Night Lord's proclivities, shall we just say, what they get up to in their spare time. Because they love the old baby sacrifice, don't they? Just like, ah, oh, bloody hell, here they come. Night Lords, screaming and shouting. Oh no, what's that? Oh, it's not them screaming and shouting at all. It's a Voxcaster hooked up to somebody who is in perpetual agony. Sick! You know what? I reckon I could do flames on this guy's shoulder pad. I'm just bloody freehanding it and going for it. I'm just bloody doing it, boys. Don't you even worry about me. I'm just going for it. I reckon that with the red background as well, actually could look real nice. Mucho spice, mucho nice. I think this is my calling in life, Lawson. I just really like painting flames. I don't know why. I wouldn't even say that I'm like good at it, but I just like it. I just find it very relaxing. He's the Bob Ross of burning. Also, am I mad in thinking that there should just be a porn parody of Bob Ross where his name is Knob Ross? Is that just me wilding out over here? Actually, that's a good point. Is there a Warhammer porn parody out yet? There must be. The Lonely Guardsman. Just him in an Ogrin. It is not pretty. Directed by Stanley Kubrick. The Lonely Guardsman. I got a bit messy on the front there, but I can tidy that up in a minute. Yeah. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm just styling it out, man. I'm just going crazy for it. I'm just living my best life. And my medium life. To boot, I'm being a right greedy little pig. It's just like pickle angels, and I'm like, why not both? Let's get some yellow belly on this. Right, okay, what we got here? Gee, evening. Oh, no way. Antonio, how's it going, my friend? Yeah, all is good. How are you, my dude? Thank you very much for your advice on the standing desks all those weeks ago. Hope that you're treating yourself well. And congratulations again. Okay, let's wild this out. The only problem is wilding out with yellows is a hard task. As we all know, yellows don't like to play ball when it comes to being dragged around. So, no thanks, I think I'll go like cottage cheese actually. So, oh, cheers bud. How nice of you. Dare to be crazy. I dare you to be crazy. Remember, kids, what Homer Simpson said in that special. All work and no play makes Homer something something. Go crazy, don't mind if I do. I was saying this the other day. Is early Simpsons from like that era that we all remember as kids? Is that like the most quotable show in existence? Because second only to Partridge, I cannot think of like a show that I draw more quotation stuff from on a regular basis. You know what? Actually, that's actually looking okay. That is actually. We're just going for it. Thought to myself that it was weird painting red on red for the undercoat, but I do think that because we've gone quite milky with this coat of Avaland Sunset, we'll get quite a nice transition for the flame. But we must let it dry. We can't do the usual Jules thing of immediately going over it. Then we wonder why it always looks so chalky cheesy. As much as we want to. Oh yeah! Check out this speed demon. Whoa! Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. What was that about letting it dry, Jules? Shut up. me. I'm doing a watery coat. Don't you worry about it. You worry too much, other jewels. We're just going down the bottom to build it up just a little bit. And then we'll let it dry. I promise we'll let it dry. Are you actually going to keep that promise, Jules? Probably not. Hee hee hee. You know me. I'm a pure stinkerino. Do you know what? Like, that's alright actually. I quite like that. I might even do put these two here. These little teeth marks. I might do them black. I will. Aye. Question is, gang, what colour do I do the face on his tummy wummy? Do I do that as gold, silver, white, checkerboard? Hit me up with some designs. Thanks, Hassan. It has to be right. Yeah, Krista Steve. Yeah, probably does have to. Do that. Okay, so we've done the flames on there. Am I going to be crazy? Guys, am I crazy? Should I do flames? Right, okay, so two questions. First is, what colour do we do the little face on his belly welly? Or, second question, sorry. Do we do flames on his knee pads? His knee pads here, or on the tabard, or on the tabard and the knee pads, so we have a pure overkill of flames. Because I'm not adverse to having as many flames as I can possibly get on all of these models. Like I said, I'm in it to get Guy Fieri. Hot rod flames. That's the one, baby. That's what we're doing. These guys here are basically. Do you remember the Atom Cats from Fallout 4? The Atom Cats. When you find their little thing, they've got one of their suits of armor. It's got the black with flames hot rod one that's going around it with their leader or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to look like. I want to call them like the Hot Rod Wreckers or something like that. And you know what, it doesn't matter if this takes a bit longer to do than one of my other painty schemes. Sometimes it's nice to take your time with a paint scheme if you enjoy doing it. Like the Nurgle ones, they were like rushed. When you think about how many we got done, how quickly we got done here. But these guys, I can be a little... take a little more time. Fun with them. And because I'm doing this nice big blodge of phalanx yellow right there, means that the transition between the highest highs and the lowest lows of this flame are going to look even nicer. Baby! Phalanx yellow really does lend itself quite well to like orky colours because it is so bright. Ah, big love to you, mate. Big love. Same to you, mate. If I don't speak to you before, have a great Christmas. Thanks for all your help, mate. Oh, okay. So Hassan's saying the knee pads. The knee pads should have some more flames going on there, right? Okay. For you, mate, I'll do that. Starting them right now because I just bloody love doing flames, me. Can't even bloody stop me. By the end of painting the flames on the bloody 5 other models and the 2 bomb squigs that you get with this group as well, I chose to go for a mix. Well, I'm not sure to show you what I've got. So, obviously got the boss knob over here. He's the one that we're painting. Got a guy with a rocket launcher who's firing out an almighty blast. He looks great. He's got a tank hammer. He's got a tank hammer, which is a rocket-powered hammer that when he hits people with, the hammer explodes. Got this guy here with a pulsar rocket on his back, which in the game is really funny because once per game you hit a unit with that giant rocket, and all of their rockets and other weapons gain +1 strength and +1 AP, meaning that they fire strength 10 -3 damage rockets for a round, which is rude. Got a guy with knuckle busters over here who are like piston powered punching, and then this guy's just got a regular, or as regular as you can get, smash hammer. So I built them for kill team because it's rewards you for having a mix, but in reality I'm going to have to buy this same box again and make 1 unit of smash hammers, like the melee focused ones, and 1 unit of the rocket powered ones because, well, you need both in the armies that I'm going to be running. And ain't that great? Ain't that great for me? Doody-dally-doo. Oh, hey Chewy. How's it going, my friend? Thank you very much, mates. Thank you very much. Just having a nice, chill painting session. I'm going to have another painting session on Wednesday as well. And that'll be my final one before Christmas, I think, because I'll be... Yeah, it definitely will be, because I'll be out doing other bits and bobs in the lead up too. So the question is, do we do flames coming up or flames coming down? I gotta do flames coming up, haven't you? Really? I can't be doing this. It was amazing, mate. I had such a good time. I absolutely loved it. The section in it where everyone is like upside down and in completely different areas is just so good. Yeah, I'm so glad that we got to do it for the work trip. Okay, right, we're doing some cheeky little flames on his knee pads over here. We can be quite rough with this stage because with the corn red, this is just marking out where we need to be. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sean Schultz, thank you very much for updating your membership. You have been a member for 13 months. Thank you very much, Sean Schultz. This is your personalised greeting from the egg because we don't have the abilities to dance right now while we're painting.
What game from the Game Awards am I most excited for? Oh, it's a tough question, my friend. You're asking difficult questions here that you might not like the answers to. What am I excited for in life? I guess I'd be excited for a little game known as Onimusha. Oh my god, I did not expect that to come out. And the fact that it's running on the RE... What was it called? The RE engine. It looks phenomenal. And the fact that it's going to be playing kind of like a survival horror, like the original one was. Oh, yeah, boy. Sign me up. I am keen as a green bean for that game. What else floated my boat and tickled my pickle? I liked the look of Slay the Spire 2, looked fantastic. I also liked the look of... God, why can't I remember? My memory has gone to absolute pot and a piss. Let me just get up the Game Awards. Games revealed at Game Awards 2024. All the biggest announcements brought to us by GameSpot. No, I want the biggest. Give me okay, everything. There we go. Right, okay.
Okay then, let's see what we got then. So we got Slay the Spire 2, already said that. That looks good. Shadow Labyrinth, oh yes, okay. Cura, no.
I'm just going for games that I am actually... Oh yeah, obviously Elden Ring Night Rain. Completely forgot that it's even coming out. What a little stinker. Hidetaka Miyazaki was there, because he was just there like, oh yeah, we're definitely leaving the world of Elden Ring behind. Not got any interest in doing it again. Oh, by the way, here's a 3-player co-op version of it. Sick. So pretty excited about that. Outer Worlds 2 I'm looking forward to, because I really enjoyed the first one. Not really looking forward to Borderlands 4, because I feel like it's going to have to do an apology tour for Borderlands 3, because I really did not get on well with it. That's just my opinion. I just think that the Calypso twins sucked ass. Onimusha, yeah, already said that. Stay in front. Game of Thrones Kingdom. Last of Us Part 2. Mafia. Nah, never been a Mafia fan. Arcami sequel. Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, that was. You know me. I'm much more of like an indie game AA guy. So for me, seeing a lot of those like big ones, like Naughty Dog is working on the next game for their new series, blah 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 blah, and I looked at it, and I was like, I'm pretty over sci-fi stuff at the moment. I just feel like after Starfield, I burnt out real hard on that genre. And I know that the Outer Worlds 2 is sci-fi, but it's made by the people who did bloody Fallout New Vegas, so hush your mush. I'm allowed to like that one, because it's going to be, well, as much a send-up of the genre as it is the love letter to it. But am I the only one who thought that Borderlands 3 was like absolute just bunk? I just thought it was really bad. I just thought the writing was so try-hard to be like, right, we need everyone to be saying and quoting this one line. Let's do the Deadpool thing of just trying and injecting random swear words into the middle of our sentences, because that's what people like to hear. They go, oh my god, it was made so much funnier by the fact that he swore a lot. Maybe I'm just an old guy yelling at a cloud, but did absolutely nothing for me. Thought the gunplay was good. Just thought that the actual story was trash. And yeah, so unless Borderlands 4 comes out all cylinders firing, that'll probably be it for me with the series, because I absolutely loved Borderlands 2. I enjoyed all the DLC for that game as well. Tiny Tina's Keep was okay, I guess. Definitely had a better story and a setting. Don't know, I just felt like they were a bit soulless, a bit too like, felt like the corporation was writing it rather than the team that Anthony Birch was heading up when he was doing Borderlands 2. Don't get me wrong, Borderlands 2 was still very, very silly, but this was just before that they tried to inject or connect everything back to Tales of the Borderland or all of the other stuff. So I do hope they put in there, though. I hope that they put in an Easter egg of how much the actual Borderlands movie sucked. If they do that, then they'll win me back.
Let's see here. Mechanics were good, but the story was mediocre, says Sean Shaws. Murphy Reigns, I enjoyed Borderlands 3, but it was not good. Definitely the worst in the series. And Christopher Steve says the characters in Borderlands 4 look so bland compared to the last ones. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like a lot of people online were saying, maybe this is going to hint at the fact that there's going to be a create your own character mode. But yeah, I looked at them and I was like, how do we go from... Because that's the one thing I will give credit for. Borderlands 3 had some amazing character designs and some through lines with its central characters that I really did like. And when you go back and look at the original Borderlands characters, they're pretty bland. And Borderlands 2, yeah, things definitely got more interesting when you added in like Krieg and stuff like that. But Borderlands 3 definitely had the edge when it came to character designs. Just Borderlands 4, I just saw them and I was like, oh wait, we're playing as those guys. Oh, okay, fair enough.
there was a bit of cynical bit in me when I thought that maybe what they've done is, because you remember when Concord came out, people looked at the character designs and immediately wrote the game off as being for a certain type of people that weren't them. I was thinking like, oh, did maybe Gearbox in a really cynical move pull all of the designs back to appeal to a broader audience, but immediately alienated everyone because they were so generic looking. Obviously I have no proof of them doing that, but just I looked at it and I was like, that is a strange design choice for them. Okay, we got more flames, this time on his little shin pads. He's cooking up a storm. Just want to get this stupid little bee. There we go. Just gone a bit too heavy on one of these bits there, it's annoying me. Come on, just give me a little bit of that. Just a little tickle. There it is, there it is. Because that's the thing with flames on Warhammer models. If you don't get that crispy tail that has a proper point to it, it just don't look right. Something about it, just your eye will just be like, yeah, this just doesn't look like a flame. But yes, he is. He is definitely, look. What's Stranger saying? MDK, oh mate, murder, death, kill. How you getting on, stranger? You alright, mate? I didn't catch, by the way, are you going to King of the North this year? Yes, you are. You're bringing a mate's army, if I remember correctly. Just asked my own question. Don't even bother typing, mate. But by the 20-second delay, you'll probably have already typed it. So I've wasted your time. Apologies about that. Oh, come on there, Flamio. Just adding tons and tons of flames onto this guy to make him the hottest rod around. I want people to know that he's hot stuff. Okay. God, getting underneath this pit, the knee pad is so awkward. Stupid GW, why don't you design this model knowing in advance I'd want to paint flames on it? You jerks. Right, okay. And then what do we think? Are we, questions is... Question time. I'll ask again. What colour are we doing his skull on his belly welly? Are we doing checkerboard? Are we doing white? Are we doing gold? And are we also doing flames, black flames, to differentiate it on his tabard here, to show that he is literally made of flames at all times? Oh, thanks, stranger. I appreciate that, mate. I do appreciate it. And that actually does mean a lot coming from you, because hot damn, boy can paint. Okay, right. Honestly, though, these are some of the most fun orc models I've seen in a long old while. They're just filled with flavour. The loadouts are deliciously silly. And I've always, like, stopped shy of buying the old Tankbusta models because the boss knob just looks way too goofy. Like, I enjoy he's chewing on a rocket like a cigar. That is pure bants, but at the same time, just he definitely stands out as one of the earlier designed orcs. He's got a real Gorka Morka orc design about him. Quite lumpy. Just gonna add another little flick of the flame in there. Okay, that is... Oh, hello, we've got some answers here. Gold and yes to the black flame. Let's go gold. Perfect. Works for me. Right, so we'll leave that for a bit then. And we will work on... Oh, we've got to do phalanx yellow, because we want to bring it up to the rest of the bright there. And then I've got like an ice yellow that I'll do as a edge highlight down the bottom of it. And then I'll go get the Abaddon black. And we'll start painting on the black flames. Honestly, I could just spend all my time just painting flames on stuff. It just looks, it's so dopey, but I absolutely love it. Nice and thick with this watered down phalanx yellow. Won't go the whole length of the flame this time, we'll just a little bit up the trunk, as it were. That should Oh Jesus Christ, that scared me.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever subscribed just then. It was Stuart, yeah, who got his own burp and a yeah for subscribing. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Right, there we go. Got the yellows in there this time. I do feel like the knee pad is a bit high up on... The flames are a bit high up on that one compared to the other one, but because of the way that he's standing, you won't really notice it that much. Plus, if I'm feeling not too lazy by the end of this, I may go back down and around and might add a few more bits of Abaddon black into it to create more of a space between the flames, but that all depends if I can be bothered. Right, okay. The yellow flames are done. He is... looking hot, because we've painted 3 types of flames on him so far, but we're not done yet. We need that 4th flame. So I shall now go to the paint cabinet and grab an Abaddon black. Okay then. Oh, I'm caught in my bloody tangled wires. Shit. Okay. See, I actually genuinely hate batch painting. Like, to get these models just to the stage of doing the slap chop, of getting all of them, like, you know, just with generic colours over the trousers and metals and whatnot, or at least the armour parts that have colour. I hate doing that. But when I treat every single model like it's its own character, I love that aspect. It just then breaks my tiny little heart when I look over and see that they're not actually a single character, and I've got another X amount to paint. Okay then, got the Abaddon black. Now this is going to be an interesting one, because we'll be painting the flames on a tabard that is itself also flowing and moving. So we've got to try and figure out what the best method of doing this is, but the only way to really go for it is to just, well, go for it. So I reckon that we're going to go start this way down. I think that's probably about the height that I want them to be. We'll do like a sort of rough outline for the moment, and then I can always add in extra sort of licks here and there once I've fleshed out the shape a bit more. So noise works. I can't seem to get the light where I want it to be without it reflecting everything. When I saw the, because in the box they've got the, like, the staff painted ones that they use for all of the model shots, and there is one there that has flames around, and the way that they've done their flames is utterly stunning, because they are about as thin as you could possibly make them, all varied in terms of like height, but it just looks so good. Bit of sexy jazz music going on in the background as well. So weird. I can't even, because of the light is too harsh and it's reflecting off of this bit, I can't even see where I've actually put down the outlines in some places. Hopefully, as I start putting more on, should see the design come out a bit more. Ooh. Should I do... because I'm thinking that the black flame itself here is too dull against the red of the tabard. So I'm thinking maybe I should use this as the outline and put a different colour on the inside, and I may go for, is this going to be mad? Is this going to be a mad one if I say that I put white on the inside of the flame that I've just drawn there to make it pop? Is that mad? What other colour could go with it? So effectively it'll be red tabard, black outline of the flame, and the inner flame is a different colour, which I'm suggesting is white. So at the moment you really can't even see. See it. Can't even see it in or out of the light. Yeah, red, sorry, that is totally true. Just saying that the reason that I didn't get the Tankbustas before was because the boss knob just looked way too goofy for me. And I say that as a man who absolutely adores the older goofy sculpts. Yeah, I mean, the flames here are fine, but even like when I'm just showing you up at the camera now. Oh, are you gonna focus? You just don't want to focus at all, do you? You just can't believe even focus that close. It's just not showing up that much. Just like a dark suggestion. I feel like it needs another colour in there, but I don't know what would be the right call. Whether I do more regular flame colour or I do a completely different one. Yes, Crazy Doug, how's it going, my friend? So to answer Rob's question, what would I normally have? Well, this year I'm making a beef Wellington. There is like over here in the UK, there is. Actually, I think you're from the UK anyway. There is obviously pigs in blanket you can get. You can get loads of little snacks. Obviously, all the veg is vegan. You just have, instead of like if it's honey glazed stuff, it'd be like agave syrup or something else. Sweet. So what I usually do is cauliflower cheese. I do roast potatoes, honeyed parsnips, but in this case it'd be just sweetened parsnips, maple syrup maybe. Then beef Wellington, which is seitan with wrapped in pastry and loads of seasoning and obviously bits and bobs inside there. Potatoes, obviously. What else do I usually put in there? I'm a big fan of doing like red cabbage as well with it. I just think it's nice. Boss Noob. Yeah, the thing, you're right, Hassan. It did have a pretty sweet ass cape. I will give you that. It was a pretty sweet ass cape, but it's not as sweet as these flames. Still, I'm in an R-in about what to do with the black flames here. Do we put white into that and make that a little statement piece? Do we do that? Do we do that? Do we do that? Do we do that? I don't know. I'm in two minds. But while I let the audience figure that out, I'm gonna paint his bloody trousers, mate. I'm gonna paint his bloody trousers. You can't even stop me. Using Mornfang Brown, very light coat of this, just across the entirety of the raised areas. Oh, hello there, Callum. Good to see you, my friend. Actually, I can say the same about you. I don't know any other person called Callum, so therefore you have to be. Oh, unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, though, Callum. Think about this. We are each other's favourites. I don't know if you know anyone else called Jules, but I don't know anyone else called Callum. But that also means you're the worst person that I've ever known called Callum. So you've got a lot to live up to, but also not a lot at all, because you're the best Callum that I've ever met. So yeah, that's an interesting one, that, isn't it? Little thinker. Little thinker, little stinker. Some white highlights, Murphy. The only way we learn whether or not it's a killer decision is by doing it. Although Doug is in the chat, he would be able to immediately tell us if the model is getting too silly and busy. Now, Doug, need your help, mate. Need your help, Doug, if you're still here. Doug. I'm asking you, Doug. Right. We've done a lot of flames on this model, as you can see. We've given him a little flamey on the shoulder pad. We've given him a little flamey on his little shin pads on both sides. But the real question now is, we've done black flames on his tabard, but it's too dark, so it's not really showing up at all. So the question is, do you think that we should put white as the highlight inside of that, like a pure white in there, or would that look really, really stupid? Well, until another Callum comes along, then yeah, of course. It's the same with everyone in the chat. If you are the only... I'll tell you what, you ask me, you tell me what your name is, and then say, my name is X, do you have an X in your life? Then I will be able to tell you if you are or are not the best / worst of your name that I've ever met. Because I reckon that there's going to be a few people here who may end up becoming my favourite version of that person. It's the name game. Welcome to the name game. Drop your name. Not your full name, obviously. Don't want you doxing yourself. A name you're comfortable sharing. No pressure. Gotta get the T's and C's out there quick, haven't we? And the other question is, do you know any Jules or Julians in your life? Am I your favourite? Oh, Doug is saying no. Do the old school yellow, black t-shirt. Yellow outline on the black. Oh my god, the boy's just fucking come in here and he's just dropped the knowledge. Oh my god, it's so obvious now you've said that. He comes in here, Mr. Bloody Big Shot. And he just comes in here. He just comes in here. Just bloody comes in here and he just absolutely just does us all in. God, this is going to be so hard to do this outline, isn't it? But if I can just get it down, I can tidy it up. I can already see that this is going to work an absolute treat, Doug. I just need to paint the most careful lines in my entire life on an uneven surface with a brush that is clearly too big because I'm using a 0 brush and I should be using a trip 0. You can't tell me what to do. Go and tidy this up after the fact. Okay, okay. Is that what you want? Oh god. A nice little Guy Fieri shirt. Right, 2 seconds. I'm going to come back and play the name game in a minute. Let's get your names in the chat and ask me, are you my favourite version of that name? And I will tell you after I've done a rough outline that I can then tidy up later. That's the one though. He's bloody like, I know this is very rough, I will tidy this up in a second, but that is the one because you can now see the flames, and once they are a bit thicker and more defined, that's so gross. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, okay, right, okay, so okay, I'm going up, 2 seconds. Okay. Hassan is pretty common, but not on the channel. Ooh, well this is the thing. Do I know any Hassans? I don't know any Hassans. I was trying to go through even like my PR people that I speak to on the reg. Nope. Okay, so you're the official Hassan. That's how it works. And you're my favourite / least favourite Hassan at the same time. So congratulations and apologies to you, my friend. Now, David. Oh, it's okay. Okay, let's think about this one. Which Daves do I know? I know a few Daves, but are you better than them? Well, you've not let me down, so you're better than a few of them. You're better than the Dave I went to university with. You know what? Sorry, I was sitting there thinking, actually trying to rack my brain as to whether you're my favourite Dave. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Favourite Dave. Just Down Cake says, I can say there's no chance of mine is Kerry. Oh, that is a rough one. That is a rough one. Sharing the same name as the paid actress who I pretend is my girlfriend. But then again, the spelling is different. And I don't know any other Kerry. Oh my god, I've just realised what I've done. I've designed the packet of Nobby's nuts His tabard is now the pack of Nobby's nuts. Amazing. And it protects his nut. It's the knob's nut. Oh my god, this works so well. So yeah, well, I'll tell you what. For spelling wise, yeah, you can be the official Kerry of Loud. But phonetically, obviously the name it goes to Kerry, the other one. Because you can't unfortunately be the favourite there. But that's a good effort. And it's, like I say, it's spelled differently, so it's fine. Chris. Ooh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Chris. You're better than a few Chris's. A fair few Chris's that I know. But unfortunately, Rapid's name is Chris. So, he's got to take the cake. But you are a close second. And I say that with a genuine conviction there because you have been a stalwart supporter of the channel and constantly in these chats here, chilling out, always supporting when I'm doing Warhammer bits. Really appreciated all your help when I was going through Realms of Ruin as well. You think I forgot about that? No, mate, I know, I bloody know. I keep a little bloody logbook, I do. So yeah, pretty good. Callum, like I said, first and only. I mean, the guy named Jules Dice have to know, no big deal. Oh, yeah. Am I your favourite, David? You can go, well, yeah, second favourite. I know you are. No, you are my favourite. We already discussed that. Frequently says Rob's come in threes. Oh, okay, right, so. Now, I went to university with a lovely guy called Rob Gordon, who actually, he's always going to hold a special place in my heart. He's a good lad. And there was an amazing Rob in my university who did, different Rob, who did this fantastic thesis on using Shakespearean plays to describe how England in the Middle Ages smelt from town to town. How amazing is that? Never got to read it, but I always thought it was like one of the best ideas for a thesis. Oh, 2 seconds, I've just got to get this last bit. It's so finicky, and using yellow as well is such a pain in the arse. Like, these are not clean lines for sure, but luckily I can go over these with a bad and black later to push up the edges of them. God damn! Yeah, they're going to need a bit of a tidy on that one. But as it stands, it's okay. I can live with it. Can live with it. In fact, I'm going to move over to the tiny brush. I don't know why I'm putting myself through this by just constantly doing that. That's a title I will hold dear. So to go back to Rob. You my favourite Rob? Just trying to think. Is there any other Robs that we know? No, mate. I'm going out on a limb. Just because of the fact, again, Robin M, I always see you in the chats, always supporting the channel. You're my favourite Rob. But again, you're not the... You are my favourite Rob. Which makes me think of like all the people that I've lost contact with that I probably should get in touch with them again. That is what life becomes though, isn't it? You end up just going like, oh man, it's been absolutely donkey's years since I've spoken to XYZ. Right, come on, Jules. It's the got to get this highlight down. Now that bloody Doug suggested this, I want this Nobby's Nuts paint scheme to look, well, like the actual nuts. God damn it. I'm in the bit too heavy on one of those bits there. It's annoying. On the plus side, I can always tidy this up. So maybe that's how I should stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about like I have to get the outline perfect, because I can always paint on the inside of the flame and then push the detail back out. So that's what we've got to do, isn't it? We've got to treat this like the... Yeah, just do a heavy outline here. As long as we get the lick of the flame, the tip of it there. Okay, okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Just one more round of coats on that, and then I'll go in with the black and push it right up to the edge and make it as thin as possible. But yeah, that is a strong look for our orc knob now. Just tons of flames all over the place, making an absolute legend. That's very true. Yeah, I can't even count myself as being Doug's favourite Jules, because I don't pay his goddamn bills. Doo-doo-doo. Upon the wayside, they ring nickels and dimes. Been getting listening to Tiny Moving Parts recently. If you're into your pop punk and like Ace guitar riffs, then go check them out. I've just had, you know when you just get like one lyric just rolling around in your head for ages. That's what's been going on with them for me recently. Okay, this is a good... Yes. Okay, we're cooking with gas on that side, but this bit here is mega ropey. It's because this stupid yellow dries so poorly. But I am going to call it there for the outline, and I'm going to try now and get the Abaddon black and push back into it. It's too thick. I want it thinner. Oh, cheers, buddy. On the wayside. That is true, because it's like so Kirsten, who I used to do the streams with, she obviously has gone off to Watch Mojo. She's doing her own stuff now. She's got like acting in games and films, and we did lose contact for a bit because obviously when you're not working together with somebody all the time, that's just naturally what happens. But she got back in touch the other day and was just like asking how I was doing, and was talking about getting together for like a What Culture meetup with some of the other people. So, like you say, it's never an impossibility to meet up with people if you've maintained good connections with them, or you had a good connection with them at the time. God, this is such a surreal painting up into rather than down on top of it. Feels really strange to do. No orc would ever have a paint job this neat. I don't know why I'm killing myself to try and make it look neat. this song that's on at the moment sound like it should fit into one of the Persona games? It feels like it should be one of those rainy day songs that you get. Right, there we go. That's probably as neat as I'm going to be able to get it. If it's going to focus up. Go on, bird. Go on, bird. That is as neat as I'm going to get it there. It's black tabard, yellow flame outline, red and black at the bottom. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. And while I'm here, I may cut down a little bit onto his other bee head. Okay, there we go. Adds a bit more of a definition on that bit there. Fine. Oh, hey, Brick. How's it going, mate? How you keeping? Yeah, so we've got a nice little flame going on there, going all around. But unfortunately, that does mean that that's the end of our flame painting journey on that, which genuinely is sad. But just remember the good times that we had. Just remember that time when I was painting the flames and I was like, wow, this sucks. That was a good time. I enjoyed that. I'm just going to go over all of the armour now with a coat of Abaddon Black. Because the Black Templar slash what is it called? The other black contrast paint. It does leave a bit to be desired when it comes to full coverage. So switching back to the slightly bigger brush. Oh yeah, you went to Tokyo pretty much straight after, didn't you? Ah, so jealous, man. Did you get a ton of stuff, or did you resist? Because there's an opportunity for me to go to Tokyo potentially next year for the Tokyo Game Awards, and I do not know how I'm going to cope. So I'll be wanting to buy everything that I see. Guess after this I'm gonna have to paint some bloomin' metals. Ugh. Sorry, gang. I put it off for as long as possible. And you know me, I really did, because I hate painting metallics on the stream. There are some evils that we must face together. Also, I cannot get over the fact that I have just done the Nobby's Nuts pack design for their spicy chili peanuts onto the tabard. That is a 1-to-1. Oh, amazing! That is great news. I'm glad that you had a good time though, because it was such a quick turnaround as well, of just being like, right, yeah, I guess I'm at this High Sense event, and right, I'm off to Tokyo next week. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Bloody jet setter, trendsetter over here. boots all nice and dark again. I won't lie, I think that he's actually looking really, really good right now. But that was what I was going to say. We can avoid painting metallics for a little bit longer, my friends, because not only is the skin highlights that we need to do, but let's talk about the designs on his missiles. What colours should his rockets be? I was thinking of painting this one red and white and having a spiral effect going down it. But what should we do with this one over here? I'll let you guys decide what colour you want his rocket to be, and I will make it happen. But I imagine like a full squad of these flamey boys is going to look so absolutely daft. I can't wait to get them on the table. It's just going to be so stupid. Flames forever! I was scrolling to YouTube, haven't on to you, and clicked on, not expecting much. Oh, bless you, Callum, man. Ooh, a stealth. Ooh, you and Murphy, Chris and Murphy. That's why you guys are my favourites. Right, okay, so we'll do the purple rocket here, then. Fine. And what design should we do on it? Should we do full purple, same colour, top and tail, and then checkerboard pattern with white on the nose? Or all purple with different shades of purple between the top and the bottom? I'll let you guys decide that, and then I reckon I'll focus on that for the last 20 minutes of painting that I'll do, and I'll get that looking really nice. What is nice, actually, about doing these streams in particular is that I find myself wanting to take more time over areas that if I was painting on my lonesome, I probably would rush. Like, I probably would have done one of those flame bits earlier, and then just be like, I don't know if I want to do another one. I'd probably just stop there and just maybe do the one bit on his shoulder pad. But because we carried on and did it, and I was like chatting to you guys, and it was just nice to work through it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that turned something that could have been really non-fun into something quite fun to share. Let's actually get the handle as well. See, I don't know what colour people do their orc fingernails, but I've always done mine black. Don't know if that's the Codex colour for them. I remember I tried it once with like white or like bone coloured fingernails, like human-ish colours, and it looked so weird. It's also just kind of funny to think that the if it isn't their natural ones, that all of my guys have just been painting their fingernails all the time because they're hard. Right, okay. So suggestion. The suggestion is paint this the back end of the rocket. Paint the entire rocket one colour, and then do a checkerboard design on the front half of it here, or darker purple, lighter purple for the body and the tip of it. Those are the suggestions. Doug is in the chat. I'm sure that he has many ideas rattling around his head for them as well. The encyclopedic man. Nice flamey knob you got there. Hey, whoa now. Whoa now. You hush your mouth. Right, I'm going to get some purples. Well, you guys figure out what type of purples you want to see. So the first suggestion was all one colour purple, but with the checkerboard at the top. Absolutely fine with me. So I'm going to go for a nice... Let's go for Phoenician purple. Cheeky little Xerus. And then we'll work up to a Gene Stealer purple. Okay, okay. And then should the checkerboard be white or purple as well? That's the real question right there. Oh, I tell you what, that made a nice pop when I opened that. Hey, Louis, how's it going, my friend? How you getting on, buddy? Hope that you're well. We are having a right chilled time. We are painting lots of different flames on our orc at the moment. Knee pads, tabard, shoulder pad. Made him look like he's got a pack of Nobby's nuts on his actual nuts. And now we are having a fun time painting this rocket purple so the enemy will not see it coming. And yeah, maybe I've watered down this purple a bit too much, but that's fine. Don't even worry about it. Okay, let's read what he said here. Oh, here we go. He's messaged me. That means there's more than a couple of steps. Have you messaged me, Doug? Have you messaged me? Oh, he has, actually. Oh, that... Okay. Right. I'm just going to show... Is this covering all image? Right. That's what Doug wants me to do. The actual bullet bill. And I gotta say, that is a mighty grand plan to do the bullet bill. Right, I'm sorry, gang. I'm really sorry. There's very few opportunities that I have to go against the family. But I think that you'll appreciate if I do manage to do a decent bullet bill on this. We could do the other one purple, but because this one is being pointed outwards, it would probably look a lot funnier. So first off, let's paint all of this black. Yeah, I feel like the bullet bill is 100% the right call here. Question is how best to do the eyes and mouth. I just wish that there was, like, instead of using a brush, I just wish I could use a pen to draw on certain aspects of it. Made my bloody life a lot easier, I'd say that much. I suppose I could do the back guard of his gun. Oh god, I don't need to do any more flames. Just thinking I could do more flames on that one. I'm just like, no, Jules, don't. Could be the most over-engineered orc painting that we've ever done. Right, we'll just let that dry, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so we have the bullet bill one on there. Fine. Just thinking, right, so how am I going to do this? I need to get the reference picture up and just have that in my mind. So he's got like a little... The mouth is going to be the hardest thing for me to do, I think. So the mouth will go... Let me just trace what I think I need to do. So it should be like a... Okay, if I get a red, do it like that, do it like that, practice, 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 practice. Practice. Okay, I reckon I can do that. Wait, paint pens? Really? Oh, I am so down for that. That sounds amazing. Oh, has the webcam crashed? Oh. Oh no. Bummer, dude. 2 secs, that's... Oh man. Totally rubbish, dude. Okay, right, I'm going to deactivate this and try and reactivate it again. Apologies, guys. Don't know what's happened with that. Damn. That really is a pain, because that has not just frozen there, but it's like broken the chain. So I've tried changing it to my like deactivating it and then activating it as my webcam instead, but the image is like frozen. That is annoying. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Even like going into the settings and activating and deactivating it, it's just not working. God damn it. Oh well, right, what we'll do then, because that's gone, is that we'll call it here, and then that'll be the thing that I come back to do either in the new year, or I'll paint it in my spare time, and I will come back to show you what it is. At least I can show you me. Hey, right, okay. Well, we did well. Hey, there he is. This little guy over here. Can't even see him properly. So, at least we managed to get a lot of flames done on him, which I'm actually very happy with, because it is very, very silly. But we will come back in the new year and either tackle more of Bullet Bill over here, or I'll have a brand new project, which likely is going to be us focusing on this Demon Prince over here that the boys got me for my birthday. So I'm going to try and paint this guy up as a Emperor's Children one, so that's going to be a fun model to paint. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that decided to join in tonight. It's been an absolute blast. It's been an absolute blast. And I hope that everyone has a lovely Christmas, or at least if you don't celebrate it, you have a nice break. And, ooh, a link to the payment. I don't think the links will work, Murphy, in the chat for some reason. I think that they've all been link blocked. So, message me on either Blue Sky or in the Discord, and I will take a look at it there. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's joined in today. Oh, actually, no. What am I on about? I'm talking absolute shit. I'm going to be back on Wednesday. I keep thinking this is Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday to finish off Bullet Bill. So we'll have a part 2 with him. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll paint the metallics on him so that when we come back on Wednesday, he'll be good to go, and we can effectively try and finish him in the second stream. That's what we're going to do, okay? That's what we're going to do. Right. Just want to say a massive thank you again to everyone who's joined in, everyone who re-upped their subs, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, 4 PM usual time, and we'll finish off Bullet Bill over here. Right, big love to you all. I'll speak to you in a bit. Catch you later. Bye, everyone. Bye, 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 bye.